Yep. What's new? Seems to be fairly standard these days. And I'm basically muted every time I jump on the mic. Good morning, Mike Lowe. I watched a hilarious comedy thing with some dude as a Facebook video. He talks about the people that shortened made standard the United States abbreviations, and he brought the guy in that did like all the shortening with apostrophe letters, like you just wrote. Good morning, good morning. It's hilarious. That was super funny. All right, what we got here today? It looks like gambling is on the table this morning. Las Vegas Sands, probably MGM Grand probably have. Ooh, look at yesterday on earnings with almost no price range, the largest volume candle this thing has had in a substantially long period of time. Pretty interesting. 0.45% up, pretty much at near yesterday's highs. We'll see how that goes. Sandstorm, not sure what they do. They're up today. Zoom, trying to be back at it. SkyWest, another airline, trying to do something. INMD, bear flag in. Ring, another high today. Another high today for Ring. Yesterday it looks like just never gave it up. Average volume is actually manageable for positions too. It wasn't before, but it is now. But that probably will be shorter lived more than longer lived. ES&T lower. Looks like Facebook trying to come back as well. OVGO, AMD. They mentioned a chip maker and a cut base. I wonder if it's this one. About 37%. Yep, that would qualify as a cut base. The reason it would qualify, if you're not familiar with the IBD rules say a cup can't be more than 33% deep unless you have a bear market, in which case a cup can be up to 1.5% of the parent index's decline. So, you got some of that Bloom Energy? Really? What are they up to? I love their product. Oh, that's not it. Oh, BE. There we go. Oh, wow, yeah. It did make a run yesterday. Yeah, this thing never did get started. I do love this business, but I love their product. I don't know about their business so much, but their product is super cool. And it does appear to be a wide, very broad inverted head and shoulders here, actually. Yeah, it does look like it's trying to come back. We'll see what happens. I mean, even before coronavirus, it was diving towards $2. I don't know why. That really sucks. I wish companies like this could do good. What do you mean tankers running in terms of oil? Talking about tankers and oil and stuff. You could do how do you know that? Just a news article, or do you like sit at the edge of an ocean and just watch oil tankers all day long? Holy crap, 43% for oil. Up to 16. Dang, what's that? What's that ETF? UCO or something? I think it was UCO. Another YouTube video. PayPal 1.5 square looks like a pretty normalized day for the markets. 0.9% to the upside right now. That's not bad. Let's see what the futures did overnight. Doesn't look like they did too much. Not really, but they did sustain. They had a nice pullback. Kind of a broader chart pattern right here. Nice trend line, actually. Trying to rally so far. And so far so good on said rally. Actually, if you look at this trend line from this small downtrend we just had, culminating with that large down day the other day, where we talked about hedging, that obviously looks pretty much broken at this stage of the game. Of course, it's a very small trend line, but it is a retest. It is a retest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So actually, not bad at all in terms of the general trend. This would be our second touch on the line. If we are to extend off the line, then you'd probably expect us to, get a bit higher. Get a bit higher than our last high. So I sent it to a data recovery service, and I got it back. When was I down? That's weird. My video was down. What's going on here with Amazon? Is my whole internet down? No. Come on. There we go. All right, so Amazon looking really good right here. This is just X. What the? Oh, you're going to do this again to me. Come on, I got a brand new computer. Don't give me the same old problems. Anyway, so it looks like I disconnected at some point. Long story short, my computer died. Had a hard drive that couldn't read the data off it, so I sent it to a data recovery service. And I had it in a RAID 1 configuration. I decided to not go RAID anymore because there's a service called Backblaze I've been trying to use, and they do computer backups for like $6 a month. So I'm backing up all my 1.8 terabytes of data off my computer, and I have 1.2 terabytes left. Only 30 megabit upload speed, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm like, oh crap, 1.8 terabytes is a lot more data than what Cox allows me to do every month, which is 50 gigabytes of data. So they let me 50 gig, I think it's gigabits. Anyway, they let me 50 gigabits of data. I have to upload 1,860 gigabits of data, and I'm like, holy crap, my bill is going to be tremendous. So I looked at it, and they said they suspended data usage limits due to coronavirus. So anyway, not that it's lucky, but it's pretty lucky that from March 15th to May 15th, so I've got another 3 weeks to upload a tremendous amount of data. I'm not even sure 3 weeks is going to get it done, but hopefully it will. And then I'll just be, uploading stuff to the cloud on backup. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. So if you guys have data usage limits, check your ISP. Maybe they're getting rid of them for right now. But anyway, Backblaze, it's a backup service. I've known about them for years. Backup as much data as you want. It's like $6 a month, so pretty cool. Amazon. I really like Amazon's tiny little flag here. The computer, Ellie? Yeah, I reset it every few days. There's just so much garbage going on this computer. Space at these levels, I'm interested kind of space as a longer term. I don't know. Maybe they're having Tesla FOMO or something like that. What, I left? Don't tell me I have streaming problems again. I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, I'm actually, with the run in space, I'm very intrigued by this. It's a tradable instrument, though. Yeah, I guess it's down near good levels. You're starting to see kind of, you can see here, any kind of pop up and this thing can start to run. So there's a small declining trend line here that could have been an entry signal. And there's another one here It can also probably be an entry signal. And this one did have a nice little run here. Wow, it's like 50%. Holy crap. I'm very confused with you guys' comments. Is that me? Is like my screen? Yeah, I don't know if it's me or if you guys are referring to something else. I really have no idea. I mean, it looks like I'm going. My kilobits are a little bit low, but it's manageable, apparently. See what YouTube says. Excellent connection. Okay. It's in and out. Oh, gotcha. All right. We'd be happy to have two screens to stream from. Yeah, I like the 4K, but I can't say it's as productive as it could be. Just to be honest. Oh, what's this? Oh, didn't realize you could float this out. Maybe no. Well, that's trippy. Zoom's trying to break up? What are you talking about? To answer Rob's question more directly, I do kind of like space down here at these levels. I would probably wait for something to break, though. I don't know. There's a little bit more down to go to the trend line. Could easily pop up from here, but not quite sure I'm ready to jump in it yet. Volume is declining, though, so that's a good sign. Why would Zoom break up? Oh, Zoom 5.0 has better encryption, apparently. But what are they trying to break up? They got one product, don't they? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see it in the news here. That seemed weird, though. I mean, chart pattern-wise, it's looking pretty good. There's kind of a small cup and handle / head and shoulders right there. There's kind of a neckline that is breaking today. So Zoom arguably actionable today. Right now, as a matter of fact. 1% for the NASDAQ. Yeah, looking really good right here. Let's look at our Soxel. I don't see it right there, but doesn't mean it isn't. Yesterday, Soxel had a great day. Soxel came back a tremendous amount after the little market pullback here. Looks like it's doing pretty good still. Again, volume yesterday was a little minimal, but still looking pretty good. DFS weird broadening wedge the last week. I see more of a symmetrical triangle than a broadening wedge. Yeah, DFS not a bad spot here, as a matter of fact, coming off the bottom of that. see if I can pull this off. Make sure my stream's gonna be good. Oh, the hell, it's not what I wanted. Here, right click and move it. No. Let's just see if I can see a little green box or not. I know it's heavy on news, but even without it, Gilead on weekly looks like a rounding bottom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, tons of support there at 60. Never even came close to breaching 60 during the sell-off. And then kind of right back at it. It's a little I mean, it's fairly well high. It's extended. It's extended up here. Especially bigger picture, but which one, Rob? Oh, right here. Oh, diamond bottom pattern. Yeah, let's go back to DFS. That's fine. Is a diamond pattern accumulation? I didn't know that pattern implied that. That was just a top or bottoming. I guess a bottoming. I know them as topping and bottoming patterns, basically reversal patterns. I'm not familiar with them. And from that context, interesting. Well, then your pullback to your gap makes sense, and then this would actually probably be not a horrible entry place. Yeah, I'll believe you. Let's go back to DFS. Past couple days, yeah, a couple of nice elevated green candles. Not quite pocket pivots. Maybe yesterday was. There's earnings too. Wonder what they said on earnings that they liked. They had 400 million of expense reduction. I believe you. I'm not sure is that up or down. Total loans of end of quarter were 93 billion. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Pretty good miss on DFS. Well, that was probably pre-coronavirus expectations. Yeah, definitely. But they're still super low. I mean, they're at 34. That's a huge, huge, huge hit, which would Kind of makes sense for an EPS from 78 cents to negative 25 cents. That's a massive, massive swing to the downside. But they apparently didn't sell it off more. It's rallying today. They gapped it down probably to buy it, actually. And probably wouldn't be a horrible area. I say probably because there's nothing implied down here that we have to bounce up. But keep in mind, it is a stock market. It's likely to go up rather than lower. I doubt Discover Financial Services is going to go bankrupt because of this thing. So Nugget is a 3 times ETF, Michaelo. They do that all the time. That's standard operating procedure for a Nugget. They're a 3 times gold ETF, or I think they're minor or junior minor, I forget. But yeah, they're an ETF. They do it constantly. It doesn't mean anything. Usually they adjust this in the stock chart, so it just looks like, hey, we used to be up at here at $17,458. Now we're at $69. So they'll usually adjust the price, and you typically won't even notice it in the chart. But I think it takes a day. So look at it tomorrow, and there may not be a gap anymore. J Nugs the Junior. So this is the actual miners. Okay. So it looks like they did the reverse split too. But yeah, this doesn't mean you made a bunch more money, unfortunately. It's only up 12%. For some reason, the charts just don't get updated. I don't know why. Zoom, 6%. I mentioned breaking that little trend line right there. Looking like a good start to the morning. For Zoom, this could be the start of the next leg. Sellers have had an opportunity to sell. That's what cup and handle / inverted head and shoulders pattern implies. And yeah, Zoom not looking too bad right here, actually. I wonder if you can take a measured move out of this and maybe see where we could go. If you take it from the bottom, only to about 180, which isn't that great. Due to Zoom's history, that could happen in a few days. If you want to take a measured move off the high and be a little more aggressive in your targets, you're going to get up towards 195, it looks like. 180 to 195 for Zoom. And not really in too bad of a spot, actually, for an entry. We're already almost half of yesterday's volume, so it already will be a fairly... And look at the volume this morning on the 5-minute chart. Very much higher volume. You're talking 200% higher than yesterday's opening volume. And it's been able to sustain for the most part. So today's going to be a pretty heavy volume day for Zoom. That could lead to some good price action. Global watch list, Las Vegas Sands and Wynn outperforming a little bit today. Signature Bank in New York, always a pretty quality company. GNC, there we go. I was going to say. Ring, new highs today. Got another 2% on us since we last looked at it. Carvana still hanging out here, not doing too bad. Our buddy Pays is tightening up. Pays had a very nice move off of the lows and a major distribution candle, but able to pretty much sustain that bottom, a small wick beneath it the next day, and so far that's about it. It does appear to be a small trend line right here on Pays at near the $7 level, and that could be an opportunity. One negative about Pays, though, is it really was in a general decline before the big decline, so hard to know how that one's going to play out. Netflix still doing good here at highs. Looks like we're putting in a small base after that breakout, so a small base breakout here could be opportunity. MPLX, EQM, looks like EQM has a small base here too. Another one generally failing, you can see for many years, so I'm not sure if I would really jump into that. Roku, Fang. WEFT. What is that? Euronet Worldwide. Wow, we were looking for that to do something. Actually, looks like it did. Look at my... Looks like I had this in 2018. I had it to 140. That's usually my trend line for my plans, and that actually would have worked out really well. I don't remember this, though. EEFT. That would have been gangbusters. Look at that trade. Weird. Yeah, definitely putting in a triangle down here. Not so sure I like it that much, though. Gas log. GLD, really? Gold trying to go back? Up? Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it is pretty simple. Looks like a little bit overall better. So Zoom looks like we're this day, and gold's already, maybe gold is the future of Zoom. Maybe that's what it is. Don't know why. Apparently Zoom transfers via gold, and which is why gold is leading. All their data transfers done through gold. Yeah, not bad. NASDAQ holding right near 1% on the futures. That's not bad at all. Just a nice little up day. And I don't know if some of these casinos down here are looking a little bit tasty. You definitely have some declining trend lines. Again, more symmetrical triangles at lows, and these can be good breakout points wherever they break out from. Around 9,000. Well, that's where we did just pull back from, and we did that was right here. It is a big round number, so there could be a big round number phenomenon there. We'll see if it's just a one-time event with this most recent pullback, or if it's going to be, further. But I mean, look, Amazon's. I mean, look at all the big ones that comprise the Nasdaq. Amazon's probably. Let's look at market cap real quick. Here we go. Check out market cap, because I know Amazon just rocketed up. Okay, so it's all right. So still Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, but Amazon's right there with them. They're all within, small amounts of one another. 200 million out of a 1.3 billion. So maybe a 15 to 20% difference between the two. But all those three are on the Nasdaq. So Microsoft looking good, kind of healthy up here. Bouncing back after a move down the other day with the rest of the market, coming back pretty nicely. Like I said, volume low yesterday here as well with everything. Apple, price to sales, yeah, right. And then Apple's looking pretty good here too. Again, fairly low volume. A little bit more distribution in Apple and Microsoft. Amazon is the complete opposite though. Just rallied straight through to highs and likely to continue. This is not a reek of a topping pattern to me. This definitely looks like more accumulation than anything. Makes a lot of sense. Look at price to sales on, or PE or price to sales. Yeah, the PE is 102 on it. Amazon's always had a high PE. Procter & Gamble's is 65. Price to sales is 4. You're talking about PE? Okay. Yeah, this is price to sales is basically sales divided by market cap, and there's 4. Go away. Forward PE is only 59 though. What's Bezos' net worth right now? $140 billion. Holy bejesus. Oh gosh. This is so much money. Like 140 billion. You wonder where inflation's going? To Jeff Bezos' stock account. That's where it's going. He is single now, yeah. He's definitely single now. Yeah. Oh gosh. He'd be looking at, because he gave away 25%, so he'd be looking at 200 billion. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. That's amazing. Carnival Cruise Board member Wendell Weisenberger just bought 10 mil of the stock in the Beleaguer cruise liner operator last week. Shares have jumped 56 cents as purchase. This looks to be an older article. April 14th, about a week ago, a little over a week and a half. What's Carnival doing? We haven't looked at cruise lines today. Let's take a look at... here we go. I think I pulled up our stocks over here on FinViz. Soxhole is green again. So Carnival Cruise Line's holding nicely right there. You got Royal Caribbean holding nicely as well. Declining volume, so less selling pressure. So I think they're just waiting for the green light. So if you guys are looking for some explosive moves to the upside, probably your last bets are the most dangerous bets, being the cruise lines. I think these are the most dangerous bets personally. The airlines are still down here as well. I don't view them as more dangerous, but maybe they are just as dangerous. I don't know. I kind of look like Bezos. That means I can get a signature loan, right? Can I just get a signature loan for? I just need like 50 mil. I got jets and stuff. Got to fill the pool. Should try that one day. Just believe it or not, my hair is really long right now, and just been kind of lazy, I guess. I should shave it and just go dressed like Jeff Bezos. Be like, "Hi, Jeff Bezos. I need a loan." See what happens. WLL on a move. That is Whiting Petroleum, if I'm not mistaken. And wow, yeah, they are coming back pretty nicely here. Where's my favorites list? Oh, it's way over here. Oh, I got this VWAP on here. Let's get the VWAP off of here. There we go. Look at yesterday. Yesterday it was on a move. Today it's just hanging around. Zoom, 7%. Yeah, Zoom's breaking out of this pattern, right? It's a small pattern. It's not a traditional IBD pattern, but it's a smaller pattern for sure that is working. And yeah, went in Las Vegas Sands today. So far stalling at recent highs, so no moves on the table quite yet. But it looks like they're setting up for some Oxy. How's MJ doing? Actually, not bad. Wow, a not bad chart pattern for MJ. Look at that, 1150. That's the first good chart pattern, at least price action wise. I'm not sure what pattern it would be, but it looks like a gooseneck pattern actually. A very tiny gooseneck pattern. But declining volumes. Look at the MACD even getting back up towards the central level. We were doing secondary indicators yesterday in the power hour. 50 point, the RSI squeezing right there. Actually, MJ here, not bad. I'm not really mad at this chart pattern. Ellie, what do you think? Looking a little bit like this, but much better, I would argue. And the MACD down so substantially, and then almost back to break even. Yeah, looks not bad is right. That's not too bad for MJ. Yeah, well, if you're still in the 2021 trade like I am, I think those ships have sailed. Those are what they are. Just every sequence of circumstances being obliterated. Call you when it's 100. All right, I'll never talk to you again then. Hold on a minute. So much allergies. So much allergies. Trade to 2022. Oh gosh. I don't know. Let's see what that even looks like. I haven't explored the MJ trade in a while. This is really, yeah, I'm not sure they have options out that far. I mean, this beaten down, I would buy it. The reason they don't have options out that far is because they know they would lose their ass because they can't even come close to forecasting out that far. All right, so what do they have here for for options going out to 2022? Wow, from $12, that's not too bad. 370. That's the bid. Your ask is probably a more reasonable expectation. I guess the question is, where could MJ go back to? We are coming up to an election season. Went from one election season maybe to the next election season, so maybe we'll see a rally on that. But I mean, MJ, just to get back to 30 is not quite a monumental task, but a monumental task. 150% for MJ. That's a big get. So if you take 30 as your price target, going back out another year and 9 months, so you're looking at just say 350. You can probably get it filled at 350, 340 maybe if you're lucky. And then so 340 plus 1150 is about 15, 16 bucks. So yeah, that's still only just a double going out to 2022. So not that good, actually. Not that good at all for time exposure if it's going back to 30 and you're paying 15, 16. Not very bueno. Market's looking fine, Justin. Actually, I haven't looked at it in a minute. We're at 1.15%, so we've come up just a little bit. So far, so good. Las Vegas Sands casinos have been kind of leading us today. Still within a pattern. Haven't really broken out of any kind of a thing. So Zoom got up there. Darn it. Yeah, Zoom looking really good. Yeah, I wonder what like a trade up to, what do we say, 180? What a 180 Zoom trade would look like in about 2 weeks. Not much there. Man, so much volatility built into these options still. Too much. You've got to catch like the day of the pop, because you can't let this. I'm just too crazy right now. Just too nuts. Too nuts. Yeah, it's too crazy. I mean, look, if you bought it yesterday, but if you bought it yesterday, you'd be up. You're up $6 on a $12 option. You're up 100% basically. So that's a good move from that perspective. And actually, probably this morning, you probably would have been up a decent amount, but up 8%, one of the leading stocks in the market. I'm not sure if it has a ton more legs. Ring doing really good. Just exploding out. Look at that, from 14 to 28. That's a double on Ring since about a month, a little over a month. Really weird, no volume on that day. That's very intriguing. Must have been a very quick run to the downside. And Ring yesterday breaking up from this little flag pattern. Carvana, not sure it's trying to do the same thing. There's no major flag pattern. Look at a semblance of a consolidation on that with volume declining. Everything's still so weird. Really, Amazon is like one of the best trades in the market, just on a lot of levels. I think breaking up out of this pattern is I mean, you're not going to get 20% out of it. It's highly unlikely. But I think out of this small consolidation, you could be due a leg. Now, actually, if you take a measured move on this one, maybe it is 20%. Maybe not on the second leg, but yeah, see 20% up there, so it'd be a little bit less, 18%. But that's just from there to there, which that's from the bottom. Amazon is the only one on market right now, so you can't. So you kind of have to. What do you mean? Kind of have to have Amazon? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, so Amazon from here to about 12% higher, at 26.90, give or take. Let's see what 26.90 looks like for Amazon. Oh gosh, can't put all on Amazon. Yeah, see, this is garbage. Yeah, that's true. So 26.90, this would be 25.30. That's too much math for me. Is that only a 6% gain? I'm not doing my maths right here. Maybe that is my maths right. No, I'd have to take the difference. 26.90 minus 2,400. 290. And then do 290 based on that 121. So that's actually not, that's not horrible. That Amazon trade actually isn't horrible. It's a big trade though. Just one option is $12,000. Not the worst trade I've seen though. Definitely seen worse trades. Amazon firmly in an uptrend, new highs, small consolidation, and that's out 22 days as well. So that's not. That puts you out here. So that's the price plan for Amazon on that, if that's a particular trade. OAS up 70% to petroleum. Yeah, I'm not sure petroleum's a short-term pop or kind of a longer-term hold on this one. Wow, this thing jumped, yeah, 86%. What's OAS? Just another petroleum company, Oasis Petroleum. Yeah, another one. I have a hard time investing in things that aren't in uptrends, just aren't in general uptrends, but yeah, it's so weird right there. Gosh. Just holding that low down there at 24 cents. Crazy. Look at this other day where it rallied and closed at $1, and then the next day closed under 50 cents. That is nuts. Absolutely crazy. You think cryptos are scary? Try a penny oil stock in 2020. That's nuts. Yeah, that's some gambling right there. I don't know. I don't know about some of these individual names. That's going to be difficult to do. Nasdaq back down under 1%. 0.95, 0.99. Bouncing around here. Not too bad, though, overall. Overall, I mean, still tenable. We talked the other day about maybe hedging, but not jumping out due to like one potential bad day. It was a pretty decent bad day. And then right now we're right back up to the highs on lower volume. Technically could be considered a dead cat bounce. But yeah, really not too bad up here. We'll see how we close today. We'll see how that goes. What's today? Thursday? It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. So Carnival Cruise Lines. Everyone seems to be jumping into Carnival Cruise Lines, unless maybe I'm just finding articles about them and it's not necessarily all them. Insider buys, the one of the Saudi guys bought. The Saudi Sovereign Fund, I think, bought. If I'm not mistaken, one of those Saudi people, something to do with Saudi, bought some Carnival Cruise Lines. Oh, what's this? Option alert. January 2022, 75 calls. Nice. At the ask, 50 cents versus I don't know what those things mean, those characters. January 2022, 75. Wow, 75? That's some bullish shit right there. Oh, that's a good play. I didn't think about that. Out to 2022, 75. Oh, yeah. Because even if this thing jumps up, look, this thing jumps up, what would, 10 strike prices, gets to 35, that's going to be 180. And I'm not sure, where do they end up buying at? At 50 cents. They bought it at 50 cents. So that's still the ask. So that's not that great. Not in comparison. You got at the money here 10. So 16.50, definitely a much safer bet for Carnival Cruise Lines going up to 20. Yeah, look at this, 16.50 bet. See, that's not a bad one. Carnival Cruise Lines, I mean, maybe we should do more research into the cruise industry, but you know, this is a trade several months in the making, but with your break-even point at 16.50, that is tremendous. And that's going out to 2022, y'all. 2022 right there. Break-even point, 16.50. You're going to get, that looks pretty good. So 16.50, if you go up to 30, you're doubled. Actually, every $6 past 16.50, you're going to double. So you're looking at 23, and you're looking at 30 would be another double. 36 would be another double. So you're looking at several 100% out of a Carnival Cruise Line trade. January 2022. That's some pretty good moves right there. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. That's a pretty good one. Oh, I didn't plug my laptop in. It's probably dead. I'm trying to figure out where mine, because I did buy some Carnival Cruise Lines. I told you guys the other day. I want to see which ones I got. Rob, were you buying Carnival Cruise Lines at $7.90? No, you weren't. Actually, it's probably a little better now because volatility's been reduced, generally. So I think it's probably a little better now. Better now. I didn't buy it at 2022. I bought it at 2021, which was shorter term, which has a tremendous percentage gain on it. Yeah, mine's not quite as... I don't mind that one, though. Let's run that through the options stock shed and see what that brings us. 1.25 for the NASDAQ. Came back with a vengeance. Very quickly to the upside. Not bad there. How's our Soxel doing? Flat. NASDAQ doing good, though. Yeah, I really like some of these cruise line trades. They're just beaten down, sitting down here. I mean, I'll let that run for a minute. This is actually not, look how nice and tight this has been. Not to say it can't gap down. There's always risks in these. They're not for sure, obviously, but maybe there's some other. Hmm. I didn't really say much. I was hoping they would say when they're going to sail again. Canceled cruises. Oh, here we go. Through 2020, October. Through most of 2020, actually. When was this? I don't remember this being up here last time we were here at Carnival Cruise Lines. Unless we didn't scroll down, although... Oh, I wasn't on health and sailing updates, that's why. ASPX. There you go. Okay, so they've all ships sailing through and including June 26, 2020. Okay, so they've canceled everything through June and most things through right towards the end of the year. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Oh no, maybe we're too stupid. We're going to open up too early, and that's going to be our second leg to drop, and it'll be later. It'll be bigger. That would suck. That would suck. What is our target for Carnival Cruise Lines? Well, that guy had 75, but I think that's a different play. I think that's a completely different play. Market 1.33% right here. Not bad. Let's go back to 40 as our target. And 2022. Doesn't get much lower than 250. Hey, guys, hold on a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I held my finger on the trigger for a couple hours before the end of the day and never pulled. On which one? You're in Arizona right now. Any exposure or opinion on Nikola Motors VTIQ? It's another Tesla killer. I've heard some news stories, but it's not VTIQ. No. Oh, CCL. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Eight would have been good. Yeah. Some of the options volatility is still super high, well, then it was extraordinarily high, highest it's been since 2008 for sure. So you probably would have overpaid anyways. It's kind of, options are weird that way. I'm not sure what. My opinion on Nikola Motors is just going to go bankrupt like everything else. I don't know who the hell convinces these people to put up the money. It's just it's a fruitless fight, in all honesty. It's just, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see how anything like that could even come close to competing with Tesla. Their cars look like garbage, usually manufactured like garbage, don't have near the runway that Tesla had. Tesla had incredible amounts of runway in terms of capital, and most of these other companies can't have that. You don't get that kind of capital. Musk put up his own cash. It's not other people's cash. So, all right, let's take a look at that CCL. Whoops. There we go. So, I mean, some pretty good options. You got 423%, 426% up to 25. Your break-even point's better here at 2180. That would be a better trade in my opinion. But that's just, it going to 40. It's not going to 75. I don't think that's going to be a thing. It's going to take probably a couple of years for it to bounce back towards. I think its high was 71. I don't think it's going to get back to highs. I think that's unrealistic. It was, again, also in a general kind of price decline before, for whatever reason. But coming out of this, I mean, thinking it getting back up to recent lows here, the kind of the breakdown point, I think that's realistic at least. I don't think that's crazy. Some things are crazy. I don't think that one's crazy. So, but 400% from here to there isn't a massive. You're only gaining another 200%, which is good, but isn't that the same trading plan we looked at before? Looks like I've got a line going out here. Yep, 2022 to 40, exact same trading plan. All right, 1.44 for the NASDAQ right now. Let's look at some Qs. All right, able to sustain nicely overnight and rallying through this morning. Pretty good. What is it, ISRG or something like that? That's Intuitive Surgical. Inseego. There's Inseego. Been on its massive run. Beautiful base here. You can see declining volume. So we're looking pretty good in Inseego here. Support of the 10-day moving average. We're a little bit up here, not quite broken out, but we're definitely at a closing high if we close almost anywhere in today's range. Quite a bit of volume up here though on the daily chart. We'll see. That's a high volume bottoming candle. So it's being a little bit choppy up here, but we'll see if it can sustain the selling pressure. But yeah, INSG, we were watching it coming out of here, and then it had a bunch of fumbled on us a number of times. And then now, after coronavirus, for whatever reason, well, we know why, they have this modem that people are buying for home internet usage, and going through the roof right there. Things are $600. Must be companies buying their employees these 5G internet modems. I wonder if they even work. In Phoenix, we only have 5G in like a small portion of downtown. So I'm not sure what the rollout nationwide looks like, but yeah, if they're, I mean, look, this thing could continue, especially considering if we're going to be working from home for. I kind of have a feeling the work from home thing is going to sustain through a decent portion of the year, and I think some like Florida opened their beaches. That's obviously going to work out badly. I think it's you don't have to be a genius. Let's look at Florida COVID count. Oh, okay. Wow, Google has a straight up map now. Oh, so it looks like it's still declining. They did open their beaches though. So that's actually a good trend. This is a cool map. How about Arizona? Oh, pretty steady. What about California? Whoa, what happened in California? They start testing poor neighborhoods now? Can't believe that stuff. Well, I don't know. Some of the pictures of Florida beaches were nuts. California was supposed to be doing pretty good, and looks like they've spiked up a little bit. Um, New York, COVID cases. Okay, New York's trending in the right direction. Florida was down. How about Washington? Washington's not doing too bad either. They're dropping, so that's pretty good. Oh, look, you got a full map here. Ooh. Fancy dancy. Look at Google. You show me an overlay with I want that chart overlaid. That would be awesome. New Jersey, okay. Florida, California, New Mexico. Just go live in New Mexico. Montana. Even Montana's got the co. West Virginia. They got the co. And globally, we appear to be, tapered off here. Germany's Merkel cautions the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. Could be. We're not really declining in cases that much, and people are antsy to get out. So I can see this going sideways if we're not declining. I mean, that looks like a flat base to me. I don't know about you guys. Oh, China's not too bad. Most populous country on earth only has 84,000. That's pretty good. Yeah, bull flag for COVID. There's your pocket pivot right there. February 17th. Remember that day when China had to. Why is it not included in these totals? These new cases over time. Oh. So that's a one-time pop in new cases. Gotcha. That's not aggregate. That's just new cases. Not Afghanistan. Wow, they go into Afghanistan. That's pretty awesome. Go Google. Oh, I was going to go US. Here we go. Still no chart though. We like charts. Perhaps they're better off doing the old. Really surprised to see California with a spike in cases unless they start doing more testing. I thought that was pretty interesting. That's definitely interesting. That's new cases. They have total cases. Corona testing. Yeah, this is a bunch of garbage. I can guarantee that. Yeah, I've already done this twice because my kid had a fever, only for about 12 hours, but it symptom checked him. This thing's garbage, absolute garbage. So anyway, Carnival Cruise Lines, with everything basically closed until towards the end of the year, I think that's still a risk. I mean, even that Carnival Cruise Line trade, I think that's still a risk. I don't know what you mean by cases go up as hospitalization goes down. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like they're able to test more people, or... Yeah, summer 2021. Oh no, MJ fairly intriguing. Let's look at an MJ trade. Maybe options premiums are slowly waning. I kind of doubt it, but just look at, see, Ellie, you can turn away right now. 1.5 for the NASDAQ. So we had 25 down here as kind of our prior floor. Maybe that'll be our ceiling. So let's do a bump. Let's just say 24 for MJ just to be a little bit conservative. So 24 going out to 2022, which you'd probably have to do that. You get about a 308% return. Obviously, if it gets there sooner, you'll have a bigger gain, but I think it's highly doubtful that we'll get back by the end of the year. You're looking at least next year. Yeah, that's a tough trade generally. So far, these ETFs have been pretty much working really good for us. Soxol's been doing pretty good so far. It's kind of working its way back up. The TQQQ trade obviously working really good, especially with the NASDAQ. Just continuing higher. From the lows here, we're up 100%. If you bought in the middle of the lows, you're up 67%. So that's been working out really well. The triple index fund trade, instead of trying to pick individual names. Other than that, I mean, probably one of my more favorite trades right now would be Amazon. I may actually try this trade. Yeah, I don't think continuation here is too far, isn't unexpected. Start a more random test. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so there's the 2000 break, and it started really leaning up, and then it kind of jumped up. Yeah, I think opening is too soon. And honestly, I mean, look, if you just shut everything down for like 3 weeks and do good food delivery services, and if everyone really slows down, I mean, it would have made our economy crash deeper. Don't get me wrong. 1.64 for the Nasdaq right now. Well, you need to open, but your cases are going to go through the roof. Your cases are just going to explode again. It's going to cause the tighter crackdown, which we should have done initially. No, earlier. We should have shut down harder early on. So, well, I know in the end it's going to be fine. Okay, so again, the goal is, either a vaccine or very few COVID cases, very few to nil COVID cases. So that's the goal. And the things that they're doing are to achieve that goal. So I'm saying to have that goal be met, you have to have like a very, very strict lockdown in place for probably about 3 weeks. Probably about 3 weeks. That's what I'm saying. It will happen again. That's exactly what I'm saying. But if you initially have a very strict closure. Look, it's like a leaky faucet, right? You want to turn the water off at the main. You don't want to just you don't just want to turn one faucet off. Well, what's illogical? I just said 3 weeks. I just said 3 weeks. But you have to have a very, very strict lockdown for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, do you think the whole country would die in 3 weeks? People will still be alive. Everything will be fine. I understand individual. Why? How would you have the same jump? So I'm saying you have to have lockdown. No, I'm not saying open in 3 weeks. I'm saying back in March, you close everything for 3 weeks, maybe a month. Like literally close everything. Zero contact. That's what I'm saying. Back then, it's gonna have to happen eventually, or we're just gonna limp along like this for the next fucking year until you get a vaccine. Those are like your choices. Your choices are limping along for a year because the governments aren't going to reopen with COVID cases high. They can't now. Or are they just going to give in one day? Yeah, February, fine, whatever. I'm saying back then, if you want to lock it down and stop it from spreading, you lock it down and stop it from spreading. You don't take half-ass measures. It's like wearing half a condom. The left half or the right half of the condom, you choose one. You know? Yeah, maybe I'm not being realistic, but makes sense to me if every human is isolated from every other human except for very good safety measures like delivery drivers and such. Um, I think it'll work out pretty well. It'll yeah. Anyway, you have see what you have now is a slower shutdown, which you're gonna have a slower release, and it's just gonna the whole thing's gonna oscillate. Hey, bud, asleep? You check the bed? No. Yeah, she's asleep. I'm not sure where you stand, Ellie, because you say you should open now, but everyone's going to be dead. So, I don't understand. The general point is the more isolated people are, the less the thing spreads. That's the general sense. So if you really isolate them, there'll be no spreading. The virus will either die with the person that dies, or it will, you know, just go away. You just said everyone's in the coffin. Your comment right there. Nah. We can end this. We don't need to go through all this garbage. Oh, James, you're gonna break that, bud. All right, so Margaret may have topped out about 1.5. manage a bar, Michael. Well, yeah, trust me, trading is not a thing you have to get really good at real quick and have that be a be a success plan. What's your life plan gonna be? Oh, I'm gonna get really good at trading in the next 2 days. Oh, okay. Let me know how that goes. Yeah, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Super difficult. Yeah, trading's a profession. I mean, like how long did it take you to be a good bartender? You know, you don't jump in. It takes a lot of experience when you get involved in a new trading's a new industry. It's not something that yeah, it's just a new industry. You just have to, it's like a new job. You can't walk in your job and, manage the business. You know, can't go from managing the bar to managing a chip manufacturing facility or something like that. There is a lot of opportunity. Ellie's right about that. But that's part of the experience. You have to know what is the right opportunity. We're doing that in the Power Hour. We've been going through kind of a trading school. We have a new member, and so we've been kind of going over some fundamental stuff, and half of it's psychology. We're talking some about charts, but talking about position management and sizing. But a lot of it's psychology and knowing what you trade well. That's really kind of a part of trading. It's not something you can just jump into. If you want to jump in and have income, like make money, you should probably look into futures trading. So you can look into that. You can use shorter term intraday patterns for that, but you're going to have to take profits off the table very quickly and just be really right on your direction. Really, really right on your direction. Yeah, futures trading is an interesting beast. Like right now, what would you do at 1.5%, Are we going to go up 2%? Are we going to go down to 1%? It's hard to say exactly. Buy a high, sell low. That's a plan that you could work, Michael. I think you could work that plan. I could say sell options contracts, but that's probably one of the easier ways to make money in the market, even though it's not easy still. %80 of options expire worthless. So if you can find a really good strategy doing that, one of the problems is you need a tremendous amount of capital for that. And your return on that capital isn't necessarily that fantastic when you're selling options, depending on compared to what you're spending. Because if you spend, where's Thinkorswim? Oh, I'm on Thinkorswim, duh. If you like to take Amazon, for instance, Amazon's pretty sure bet it's going to go up. So if you try to sell a put, you're going to have to pony up like 10K in margin just to make, like you're going to be selling, let's say you're going to sell at the bid here. To make like $5,000, you have to pony up like $20,000. Maybe more than that because it's 100. So I'm not sure what the margin requirement would be on something like this, but yeah, buy low, sell lower. I like it. Oh, Rob, don't do that. Come on, Michael's a nice guy. What's Tesla up to today? I thought it was up a little bit. Now it's down a little bit. Oh, I took over my NQ panel. Blasphemy. You're not supposed to do that. You're fired, Randy. NASDAQ stays up there. That's his little home. My kids do that all the time. I'm starting to not hate it. So that's good. Yeah, Tesla's doing fine. Wouldn't short the damn thing, though. It's popped right back up yesterday. We'll see how it goes. Market, we've been talking about the market's a little bit extended. I don't know what this whole COVID thing, man. I don't think they're doing the right things. I just don't think they're doing the right things. Fortnite generation? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm part of it, Eli. I'm part of the Fortnite generation. Woohoo! I'm young again. That's how it works. That's how it works. I'm young again. Don't doubt it, people. That's how you get your youth back. Is you play video games 7-year-olds excel at. All right, so it looks like we have Casino still leading us today for whatever reason. Carvana's up 9%. That's pretty good. BTC, yeah. Oh, that's the wrong thing. All right, I'm gonna bail, guys. Almost getting to 8 o'clock. Oh wow, yeah, big rally in BTC. ETH underperforming. What's funny is XLM. We talked about XLM yesterday because it was outperforming, and here we go. It's leading us again up today. Man, XTZ's doing okay, up 6%, but ETH is lagging. Looks like it's a BTC thing. Birthday party's pretty good, Ellie. I mean, he had a great day yesterday. He's like, I don't even need my friends. This was a lot of fun. It was really nice to hear that. So he had a great day. James always has a positive attitude. I mean, really, the dude, he's gonna be just a people magnet when he kind of comes into his personality, and I really do think he's just gonna be a person magnet. Great kid. He had a great day yesterday though. But yeah, XLM going nuts. Mentioned, we noted didn't really have a buy on it. We only had a buy at 5 cents, but yeah, just extending up. This thing did break out first. We did note that yesterday. So, the leaders the early ones tend to lead. This one broke out early and continued. Some other ones that broke out earlier didn't continue. So it's hard to say that, just being honest, it's hard to say exactly that. Oh, but look at that. ETH over its bigger trend line right now on the daily chart. That's a great sign generally. But yeah, Bitcoin extending up out of its trend line too. Woohoo! Good to go. Looking really good. Yeah, in all honesty, him and his brother have become better friends since this whole pandemic thing has happened. They've kind of learned to live and deal with each other. It's been great. I mean, from a sibling perspective for them, I think it's been really good, which will dissipate the second they go back into school. But maybe I'll just have to. Hopefully, it'll continue. We'll see though. They're really young, so a lot of life ahead, unfortunately. I wish they could just keep like this, keep the bond they have as of yesterday together for a long time. But we'll see. It looks like a little bit of stalling coming in right here too. So we'll see how it goes out. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You know what? People always underestimate themselves. They always overestimate and underestimate. I think it's going to be too bleak or too good. We're like, everyone's always all in or all out. There's very few, yeah, 5 years of lockdown, 10 years of lockdown, 15 and 18. Sorry, we're still in lockdown, but I see so much traffic. Sorry, it's still lockdown. Yeah, they still have the schools closed. Yeah, they opened up the world like Ellie wanted, and the whole world went into lockdown again for 15 years this time. Boom! Last hit on Ellie before I get out of here. Those are my favorite endings. I don't think people are smart until they're like 28. There's some exceptions to that rule, but yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll talk about what the 1.5. Let's see if we're going to hold. All right, everyone.